Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's the NFC Championship game. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them, now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Young.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Young's throw is on target to Likely.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Young will set to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Young working out of the gun. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack him because right now they're probably...
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Chuba Hubbard
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Seahawks have struck first in this NFC title game.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Now Young fakes the sweep and looks to throw off play action.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Siaki Ika
in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Here's Young.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. They'll set up a throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
Got to do what you got to do, man. Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Another carry for Pierce.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Shelby.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's go. Red 38.
Young.
Throwing out left and finding Likely.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
2 minutes remain in the 1st half of this NFC Championship. Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. 2nd down, Young. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Young on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his 1st punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take back over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a lot.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks.
J.K. Dobbins
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this 1st half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Young.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. McPherson on for the point after.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's Miami Dolphins who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they have made this look easy. There's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Here we go.
This Carolina.
Way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Young to throw it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jackson Smith-Njigba
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Panthers about ready to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Young. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman.
Oh, Young loses it.
And some space here. And out across midfield down to the 45. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you
nowhere to go here? He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Young now. And he's got his man on the out route. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go.
Shelby. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. It's Young off play action. That's complete. It's Charles. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Young. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Panthers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try.
And now off to the races down the right side. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
52 blue, close, 10. Ready, go.
Young to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
He's coming.
Check in. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Like 13.
Looking to throw, Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Watch the run. Like 13.
Again, it's Young. It's caught to Charles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
52 blaster.
Like 13.
To throw, Young. Oh, Young loses it. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble is kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
2 yards to go, second down.
Bush trying the middle.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now Adams to throw. Looking to throw on second down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Adams. This will be caught once again by Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one looks like he'll throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They go play action here on first down. Got a man. It's Brown. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game.
Buda Baker with a pick.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game.
And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
Over the middle, complete. That's Charles. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. One last shot for Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in